Honorable Minister Sir, dignitaries, thank you so much for having me here. I feel nice coming back to my Janbhoomi, but I can't really survive in Gangtok for 5 days because it's quite a mess these days. My mom calls me Madishe now, saying that I'm from the plains. I am not from Sikkim anymore. So the topic that we have today, AI in media, is a very interesting one. We at East Mojo have been exposed to AI from the early days. So we've been testing a product. We were one of the media houses chosen to test a global product for the media, which is being currently developed. It's in a very advanced stage. To me personally, I did not find it so interesting because artificial and intelligence, for me, if you break it up, artificial is artificial, and for intelligence, you always need a journalist. You cannot replace the soul of the story. And I always say this, that the soul of the story is the journalist which tells the story. And without the soul, the story that you are doing, the investigative journalism that you are doing is meaningless. Who remembers March 17th, 2014? Journalism students, why is March 17, 2014 important? Can anyone guess? 2014, March 17th? We had a new Prime Minister. Mr. Narendra Modi took over as the Prime Minister of India. Right? Wrong. That is not why this date is significant. In this date, about a decade ago, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake shook Southern California in the US. It was a seismic event, but also a seismic event for journalism. Because for the first time, a story was written completely by the computer. And the story appeared in LA Times website. It is a very small, brief, but factual account of the earthquake. So that is the first time artificial intelligence was used. And LA Times kept testing this machine. I was recently interviewing the Chief Minister of Goa for the national games there. And off record, we started talking about artificial intelligence. He said, Karma, what can artificial intelligence do in sports reporting? I said, sports reporting? Artificial intelligence is perfect. So you have 3,000 athletes participating. Out of the 3,000 athletes, you know that top 10. Who are the top 10? There might be 1 or 2 surprises that year, but national games, new players from universities, schools going for the first time, you put in all the data of these athletes who you are sure will win a certain discipline. You have all their data, what they have done before, where they have participated. And the moment that person, he or she, wins a medal, within seconds of him winning the medal or her winning the medal, the story is published. Because the organizers put up the data for television for something saying so-and-so is the winner of triathlon. The moment that name comes, AI gives you data about that person. Yo jaga ko ayo, yahan bara ayo, all that data, where he studied, everything is there. So the story is ready. One automated call goes to the parents on a computer. The computer will tell the parents, congratulations, your son has won gold medal in triathlon. What do you have to say? Please record your message after a beep. The father says, I'm very happy that my son has won. Similar automated message can go to the sports minister or anybody who is in that database. So 5 seconds, 4 seconds, a story is built, published. You don't have to do anything. We think that we don't have to do anything. But then the intelligence will come because we need a monitor, and that monitor has to be human. So, as I said before, artificial intelligence has been here for a long time. Right? And artificial intelligence, not that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, by picture naam Terminator, not like Terminator, because that is the fear. The moment you think or hear about artificial intelligence, the first thing is, oh my God, Terminator, robots are going to kill us. That is not going to happen, at least so soon. We have heard about 2 Facebook algorithms talking to each other. That was very scary. But that is not really, the humans are still in control. Now, why is the media industry going into a frenzy with artificial intelligence? Why are we so excited about artificial intelligence? Because the race is today, because of all the television channels, and I was in the television channel for over 17 years, the race was always to be first. And in the race to be first, it is what is destroyed journalism today. So the focus is always on who will come first. But the facts are missing. So there are 2 kinds of journalism. One is the fast food journalism of today, which is like majorly taken over. That gives you a bad stomach, that gives you gas. And then there's the other kind of journalism, which is the gourmet kind of journalism, fine dining. Now, that journalism has somehow taken a backseat. There are some people who are trying to do it. Right? I will give you an example. I want to be first in reporting that a bridge has been washed away by the river. Right? My English is limited, or I said French is limited. I quickly put on ChatGPT, write a short paragraph on a bridge that has been washed away by river Rangi, this, that and all, ulta English lekyo, ChatGPT gives me perfect English. I quickly cut, paste, put a picture of that bridge broken, finished. And suddenly I see, oh, like, comment, like. That's dopamine that you're receiving. But that is a journalism which anybody can do. A small school child with a phone can do this kind of journalism. But when you go back as a journalist, go to the site, talk to people, talk to engineers, do a deep dive, file an RTI, find out why that bridge collapsed, who's responsible, who's built it, how many bags of cement were put, was the construction right or not. That is the kind of journalism that artificial intelligence cannot do. That is the soul of journalism. Again, the 2 words are artificial and intelligence. Artificial and intelligence have always existed in our world in multiple ways. The only time they become mythical, artificial intelligence, we say, wow, oh my God, artificial intelligence is suddenly going to take over. They're going to, Arnold is going to fly out from the sky and destroy our world. But that's not the truth. Intelligence, artificial, is when you plug in your phone or when your phone battery is low, the phone will tell you, battery low. That is artificial intelligence. When the pilot is flying an aircraft, there will be a certain beeping sound and he will know that there is one function which is not working. That is artificial intelligence. So, artificial intelligence has always been there, and it's for us to kind of pay attention to it. Now, slide 2, I'm going to talk about evolution. And we are saying that it is not revolution. It's not like invention of the wheel or the phone transforming from the brick phone to the touch phone. It's not really, it's just evolved. So we have to take this evolution. In slide 2, I will just talk about the numbers that are there. I'm bad at math. So, can we change that? Yeah. So this is the slide, because everybody loves numbers. So I told, I told the artificial intelligence that we are using to make this slide, I said, please include numbers also. So artificial intelligence got this number from Future Market Insights and made this complete figure. What is the market size? Market share as far as solutions are concerned in media. So the kind of products that even media persons use, 59%, that's almost 69% is what is being used. And if you look at the size also, the market size is also very big. So all I wanted to say is that the use of artificial intelligence in media and entertainment is growing every day, so that there's no escaping it. At some point or the other, if you are a journalist, you will come across a product which will promise you that your Instagram account is going to go viral if you use that artificial intelligence product, because it's going to measure your audience, it's going to post at the right time, it's going to post the right things. So you will face it. So why is this important? I mean, why is artificial intelligence important to... I would say that artificial intelligence is the most important for smaller news organizations. Before, when I used to report for a television channel, and I was called the disaster reporter because I used to go to all the disaster zones, not because I was a disastrous reporter. So I used to go to all the disaster zones. So if I am reporting and going out, say, the Nepal earthquake, or if I'm reporting about a terrorist encounter in Kashmir, I have with me a broadcast van, which costs 2 crore rupees. I have an engineer, I have the 2-3 drivers, we have the whole stuff, plus a camera that costs over 5 lakh rupees. And suddenly, smartphone, 2G, 3G, 4G. Now, Nirmal Bhai can go live from Chumthang with a smartphone. You don't need that broadcast van. So where 2 crores, 3 crores, and then you're suddenly down to about 20,000 rupees smartphone. So that is how technology has enabled small newsrooms. So similarly, if you look at AI has done the same for us. So I train my AI when I'm getting the PTI feed. So as a small news organization, I'm using a PTI feed. I tell my AI, artificial intelligence, that these are the things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for stories from Northeast. I'm looking for stories from these 8 states only. I'm looking for these keywords. I'm looking for these kind of stories. I feed into that AI. So I don't need a person. So I have saved about 25 to 30,000 on a person who would otherwise be there monitoring. I mean, not even 25, I think there will be 2 people, morning shift, evening shift, 2 people. So I saved the cost of 2 people, saved around 60, 70, deployed artificial intelligence for about 20,000. So there's saving for my organization, and automatically the artificial intelligence starts posting the stories properly wherever. It'll push the stories on Instagram as stories, it'll push the stories on my website, it'll push my stories on Facebook. So it's all this is automation. Now this automation is good, but it's just a very a mechanical job that was already happening. So instead of the two people who were just doing a mundane job of checking PTI day in and day out, and I used to do it for a CNBC, especially the market wires, and it is very painful because you're staring in front of the computer, checking out stories, and in the fear that you might miss out one story from Bloomberg, one story from Reuters. So you've cut out the mundane now. Now what do you do with these two people? You have extra two resources. So most intelligent newsrooms will deploy them for a specialized purpose, like fact-checking, calling up people, involving the community, building the community that we journalists and small newsrooms so need. The worry about AI is also because, you know, we've been tuned to think like when TV came, radio would die. FM is still there. We have our RJ here sitting and listening. Artificial intelligence will not replace you because the kind of humor you have probably cannot be, you know, taught to artificial. I think you'll have to train the artificial intelligence. Again, that's very important. You need to train artificial intelligence. So that's why I would look at artificial intelligence as and is an evolution that has been, again, not will be, a mainstay in this world. 20 years ago, as I said, it was impossible for me to dream of an East Mojo because I would have to count in crores if I wanted to start a news organization. Impossible. But now we can. I think Sikkim Chronicle was born that way. So for newsrooms, AI is fantastic. Now, slide 4, I told AI, say, give me an interesting line on why people are scared of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence made this slide and said, Karma, everything intelligent threatens a fool. So if you are a fool, you are threatened by everything. And news is dynamic. News is always evolving, always changing. So that's why every time I stand up and I speak at journalism schools and all, I say that AI will help you in a lot of things. It will help you write better stories. Now, in terms of digital journalism today, your job is beyond just writing a story. You come back from the field saying, oh, I've got this fantastic story about, give me some ideas, students. What is a fantastic story? Give me an idea of a fantastic story. Journalism student, are you journalism students? Give me an idea of a fantastic, what would make a fantastic story for you? Nothing. So there's a new virus in Lalbazar, which has just been discovered. And that virus is going to lead to another crazy COVID type situation, and first time it's found in Lalbazar. It's a crazy story, right? Now I have come to the newsroom. My story lekhe. There are two stories saying, lekhe ra matai hundaina. You have to write the story. You have to write the story to please Google. so that my story ranks when people search for that kind of story. I have to make a certain reel and dance to sell the story on Instagram. I have to say, wow, there's a new virus in town, maybe my story will be read by people. And for us, old people, something for Facebook, because some people are still there in Facebook, I'm told. So you are challenged by this multitude of things that you have to do. Now, with AI, you don't have to do that. AI will help you do that. You just tell AI, I've written this story, just make it better, or write the lingo for a younger audience of, say, 20-year-olds. Write this, suggest a nice reel for Instagram and post it immediately. It will do automatically for us. So for all the smaller newsrooms, this is how AI is going to make the job better. But the challenge is not this. This was never my challenge. I told my team that maybe I don't want numbers. They said, what do you want? I said, I want to develop a team that can destabilize a government in any of the states that our team enters. I said, that is journalism. Now again, people will ask me whether you are being a nuisance. And I'm not being a nuisance. I just want to go out and get the correct picture of what's happening from the ground. I want a journalist to go out there and ask the right questions. I want the journalist to go out there and say hello. The most important thing that a journalist forgets is that your work is to build relationships. And we forget that artificial intelligence cannot build relationships. I got the Ramnath Goenka Award for investigative journalism. It is given by Indian Express, highly reputed, twice. Once for an investigation into Air India. It was called Who Killed the Maharaja? And I did an extensive 6-month investigation, which is very less time, Bombay, New York, Chennai, New Delhi. And again, the person who gave me the meat of that story, who gave me the main parts of that story, was not an IAS officer, was not a person sitting in the high, lofty chairs. That person was one of the, the base rank officers in the ministry. And my relationship with him was just a good morning, hello. And that time the trade fair in Delhi, ITPO trade fair, was very, very popular. And I used to cover trade fair also as part of my job. And the media person used to give me a few passes. And he said, Karmaji, ek do pass lago. And I would give him 2 passes. Spread love. That was the relationship, and maybe a cup of tea. Can artificial intelligence develop this relationship, develop this comfort? They cannot. Now, if I had, say once, the kind of documents that we've handled in the till 2010, 2012, 15, I would be in jail right now, because the whole environment for the kind of reporting that we used to do and the kind of reporting that's happening has changed. If I had, say, 100 pages of document just talking about where the health department supplied medicines to, where or which district, which PHC did the medicines go. I have got a 100-page document with the vehicle numbers, with all the details. I put it into the artificial intelligence program, software. The software will analyze the data, and then the software will give me suggestions and point out the anomalies. When I did an investigation into pilots who had forged their class 10 certificates, I had to go through hundreds of mark sheets and find out 15 of UP Madhyamik Shiksha Board which had been forged. And it was a very painful task of going through each and every one, calling people. And here the AI is telling me that the number of the jeep that has taken the medicines to Mangan is actually a motorcycle. AI will tally with Vahan.in and match the numbers, and they are able to tell me, and they will tell me that's an anomaly. AI will tell me that the distance from here to Rabangla is 60 kilometers. In that document, it is written 110. Look at that page. So it makes work easier for you to discover. So discovery becomes easier. But ultimately, story fully linkable. But आवाज़ ही नहीं है जैसे स्टूडेंट fully linkable story. Story ultimately fully linkable. Then it's the story. Chicago. Right? And I think my last slide, I have totally deviated from my speech because I write something at night and I don't remember what I write in the morning. So again, this I think I spoke about right in the beginning. AI cannot exist without us monitoring AI. So I don't think there is any threat that AI right now is going to take us over. It all depends on our intelligence, how we use our intelligence. And again, lastly, I will just want to conclude by saying that a journalist is the soul of the story. If you replace a journalist with the machine, the story that's going to come out will be hard, cold, so terrible that nobody would even want to read it. Thank you so much.